Was this merged into master? Looking for the latest version of everything that still has HTTP pipeline in it, but well, automatically, because the latest still have that in it, I suppose. Maybe not. No, okay. The latest that has this in it. Let's see if master has it. Looks like it. Yep. Well, probably doesn't get any better than master then, right? So I just use this one. Did this also have Hamukau in it? Oh, it does. That might be slightly confusing. Yeah, it's okay. I don't think that bites the networking code. Hamukau is my export stuff, you know, copybot, totally illegal. I mean, against the TOS. And completely dysfunctional. It hasn't worked for 10 years or something like that. They kept changing it and I just didn't update it, so yeah. What was I looking at? I need to do Control Top. I'm not super interested in this. Let me move that over here. Yeah, I created a new branch here for FireStorm called HTTP pipeline. So that's our target. Let's put a target at the end. Maybe I should just put this in front of it. And this anywhere. And I'm not sure I even need this then. That was USB 4. Can I just close it? I'm just closing it. Okay. So we go from here to there. And I have to look at this. So this is already in it. Debug works. And then we get the next one, which is fix test suite. And then I see that this uses... No, I can't use my monitor anymore. Not the full monitor. It uses AI sync key. AI is written by me, and it doesn't add it, but it is just, well, it adds it, but AI sync key itself is not added, already existed. So I need to know when or where this was added. And I cannot remember anymore what it does. It's slightly annoying. Indra LL common. So we go back here. I'm gonna go to Singularity. We go to Indra LL common. Yeah, so all those AI files are probably necessary. Although I'm not sure. AI alert, certain things I mean, we don't need this or this. Those are now part of my AI CXX well, code base. This also. and this also. So a lot of stuff we can just clone from GitHub and get even a better version. But what this is, beats me. Let's have a look at it. Written 12 years ago. Wow. Oh, it's a standalone thingy. To compile it like that, and then yeah, I think that was related to me debugging desynchronization between avatar animations, so we don't need it. Although, yeah, I don't know. It also looks like a server. We have a server and can create clients. Clients can add themselves to servers, remove it. It's true, this server never had more than one client. A mushroom. It's in the description, believe it or not. The problem is that the textures are not downloading on OpenSim. And I was like, yeah, well, just remove everything and use the code that I wrote 10 years ago, or when was it? That replaces all networking, because it's just way faster and better anyway. Yeah, SecondLife. So everything linked and compiled, and I could run it, but then I found out that it doesn't download textures. No, I have no clue what this does. What it's used for. Maybe there is info here. It tells me what the hell this is doing. Aha, there is a comment. AI sync client, the base class of a client object. LL motion, yeah, that definitely has to do with animations. That needs to be informed of the state of other such objects and or to poll a server object about the state of other such objects in order to be and stay synchronized with those other objects. In the case of an LL motion, an animation, all clients would be started and stopped at the same time. as long as they are part of the same synchronization group. Okay, 100% animation synchronization. So we don't need that. Okay, that is slightly weird then that it is here, or well, AI sync was added to the test suite key, but that's also in this file. Then it's weird that it is in the HTTP pipeline branch. Why would I add it here? I think I was just starting to work on that and then noted that it didn't compile or something, so I had to fix it. What about this one? LL Singleton. Fix broken LL Singleton clause. Unnecessary attempt to destruct singletons at the end of the application, which only gives rise to possible deinitialization order fiascos. So why are we doing this at all? LinolLab also uses an instance of this class to initialize the singleton class. We do that in getInstance now under state uninitialized, see below. That voids the whole idea of having LL singleton registry. However, if the getInstance function is instantiated more than once, and it is, since this template code is a header, and the compilation units are assembled in more than one library, then the singleton is constructed multiple times. Ouch. The previous ones just leaking and unused afterwards. I left this for the destruction. The first destruction of those instances will destruct it. Although that is rather unnecessary, of course, and in many cases even dangerous. More often that my patches mysteriously make it into other viewers, so let's have a look at how they look now. Maybe this is already in it. This is LL common LL singleton.h. Yep. See, the static is mysteriously... I added it here, and it's just part of the viewer now. Do they also have this? Case constructing? Nope, that's different. Or there's a constructing here. It's added lower. Wait a minute, I deleted that. Never mind. But yeah, this code made it. Constructing Singu node. Template. Okay, that code is already in. I think the open source manager of Linden Lab was keeping an eye on my repository. So every time I did a commit, and he was like, "Hey, new commit from Malaria." Even though it was never merged, this was never merged into Singularity. But you can now find it back in StormView, FireStorm, I mean. So probably via the official Linden code. Next one then, this one. A signal is always locked there. That's how it works. Sure, I mean. Let's see if they copied this as well or found it as well or whatever. Of course, if the old code is still like that, then I can't leave it like that. Just can't. So I have to check if this is in. This is new view LL mesh repository. Measure. Repository. .cpp. Not this one. Yep, that's also. This patch is also made it. The other one is where? Nobody knows. Somewhere. Done is true. Yep, just unlock it. Well, this can't be in FireStorm because they definitely don't have AI state machine thread. Instead, in fact, they don't have Indra AI state machine at all. There's also a change here, which is similar. Can have a look at that one. You view RVL inventory.h. Was it LL? No, I'll say it is an RVL, nothing to do with Linden Lab. So it was inventory, RVL inventory.h. And then there is something called, well, this and this function. It's called there, maybe. No, man, AI are my initials. It's 15 years old, and I picked I mean, if you make an account for Second Life 15 years ago, you had to pick a first name, and then you could only pick a limited number of last names. So from the limited number of last names, I used Inglewood because, hey, it ends on wood. Hint, hint. And it starts with an I, so even better. So then I picked Alaric as first name because that is my most favorite, well, at that time anyway, my most favorite character from a science fiction book that I read in my youth. About a boy who can teleport to every place that he had been before. So in Second Life, you can teleport. If you have been somewhere, you can make a landmark and then you can teleport back. So that's one thing. Second is, it's of course my favorite character. And thirdly, then it creates the initials AI, which seems to be cool. So I put some thought into it, yeah. And then I had my initials, AI. And then humanity started to work on AI long after that. And now everyone is confused. Damn it. You see how they just steal my patches? I mean, this is not a coincidence, right? Someone would change this, which just works, into that because I say so. Well, that's the plus here. Okay, that one is also in. And then I don't need AI state machine thread, I think. It kind of depends on what is in there. Let's have a look. No, just AI state machine. Apparently there's a class AI state machine thread. Don't even know anymore what this is, but yeah, I don't need this. I can replace it with the real thing. So I kind of wrote it for this viewer and then I copied it to GitHub later on as a separate thing. And then improved it drastically, so that's what we're going to use. Make executable 600 kilobytes smaller. Well, if someone was looking at my commits and I write something like this, and I bet they copied it as well. But then they will have removed the Alaric part of it, I bet. Okay, so this is in the neighborhood of this. That's just common LLR.h. Holy shit, it's still a lyric. No, okay, not bad. Yeah, so that is also in the code, and then I guess this also. I mean, it must be defined. Well, that would be in the. Can I do this? Yeah, it's just defined here. Both are in. Yep, that stands for Linden Lab. Cache purge user interface improvements. Cache purge user what reset purge cache on startup. If a user clicks clear cache manually and warn them what they did, that it is being reset, and then don't show me this again checkbox, so the cache will clear notification. Conflicts. Different way of handling click on clear cache. While clear cache on next start is set. I don't see a difference for the first line. Oh, I just moved it down. Up, I mean. Nobody knows why, though. Why was it moved up? They have a size limit now. No, but anyway, I'm not paying anything. Maybe the size limit then only holds for projects that are new. I think GitHub has been used by very antisocial people to store everything they want, anything they want. And the idea of GitHub is, of course, that you store code on it, programs, everything written by hand, and then collaborate. As people use GitHub to store binary stuff that is generated, and yeah, kick them off, ban them, demand they pay loads of money. It's not what a free service is for. In my opinion, what is in a Git repository must be text and it must be hand typed. If it's generated, don't put it in Git. Just generate it again every time. The whole AI business is going to be a problem for sites like GitHub. People using AI to generate code and then put all that code on GitHub. I mean, my God, it's going to cost them a lot of money. That was not the idea, I think. Yeah, but then again, they even embrace the AI. Well, they have what is the AI called of Copilot? It's a part of GitHub. Yeah, of course. I mean, 5 gigabytes, like I just said, you have to type it in. Nobody types 5 gigabyte. It's just antisocial behavior. So I have to concentrate. Geez, save setting. Blah, 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 blah. True. This is AI HTTP view. Yeah. Let's have a look at that file, rather than look at the other changes. Does GS work here? Probably not. It's an old project. I think I just closed the top as a result. I count it as not working. Damn it. No, I did not close it. What happened? Oh, it runs a Ghost script. Yeah. So there is no GS. Guess I can add it. Maybe we should make an installed source in viewers so we can share it. Maybe I should do that right now. So do auto build. Actually, do auto build is something that you want to do for every viewer. All viewers use auto build. What am I doing? So I can copy this as well. Try to copy everything. Builder is empty. Why? Oh, because of course, yeah. Never mind. And what is builder then? I have a project base here. It's also very old. I don't even have a repo base. What? And the thing is not exported. Yeah, I don't know what the build there is actually for this thing. Oh, well, there's one. Depends apparently on. I do have a repo base. Just don't know who sets it. So it is a repo base and then this. That's the builder. Ish. And the repo base is not being set here. What? Oh, it's set here, and this is the one that is actually containing the the common stuff. I should yeah, I should put it in there, I think. This is a bit too far down. Can leave it that one. Already had that one. Ah, I have a build here root set. Build a root slash build there. Though build there is set. It is not set to what I want. Shit. No, let's do that differently. What to do? Do I want top stop 4? Not really. Maybe, so if you type top, then you indent 4 spaces. I guess in 4 is the indentation or something for this project. No, can use this. And who is setting build there then? It's being set here. This is problematic because I'm using Builder these days for full path. Now here it is being used not as full path. How do we fix that? Let's move this for safety down. Let's move it down like. That ain't going to work. But it's just TDB init. They might not even have. Now, if this breaks stuff, then I'm not going to be happy. Which brings me to a better solution. Haha. I'm an idiot. It's not name. This must be builder. Isn't even there. Okay, resource. What am I missing? What the hell? Not empty. Yeah, that is this slash and that slash, I guess. The builder is just wrong. This is not the builder. That must be added. Oh, I suppose it's because auto build isn't found. So we do get here, but auto build is not found, and therefore, well, it isn't set. Yeah, you need a virtual environment for Python for that, I think. Super irritating. So I installed it in a virtual environment. Okay, so I have to add Python virtual environment here, which I described in the README on Firefox, FireStorm. I mean, let's do that. Let's read that. I mean, just copy it from that. Damn it. GitHub, FireStorm viewer. I'm gonna go to repositories, FireStorm. This is also different. Yeah, let's just update the README first. It's just project based everywhere, huh? Everywhere, I suppose. Substitute top project with project base. Oh shit, and I committed it to HTTP pipeline. That's kind of silly. Yeah, what? No, whatever. Okay. Resource is part of CDEH. So if you have really Linux, you absolutely have to install that. Well, if you're a developer on Linux working from the command line, then you absolutely have to install that. So I'll give you a link. It's actually mentioned on the README that we just came from. Ja, dus. That's those env.source files. So resource reloads all the env.source files, so rebuilds the whole environment. And that also happens if I change the directory. This? No, these are just echoes. I echo this. The whole environment is huge. This is the whole environment. Pages and pages and pages. Oh, this goes off my scroll buffer. But so if I do PE stands for print environment, so which PE. And if I do that, it prints all the env.source files that will be sourced if you do a resource, but also that belong to this directory. So if I change out of this directory and back into it, then it sources this again. And these files contain just echo statements, and they print this. It's for all Linux development from command line. So you, for example. It's just ridiculous that not everyone in the world is using this. Well, everyone who's using Bash. All developers working on more than one project at the same time, and even then, I mean, let's say these days, what you see on the internet always is that people say, "Oh, I need to set an environment variable, so edit .bash rc and edit." But then you have only one environment. That doesn't work for me. I need a very extensive environment that's completely different per project. So like 20 years ago, I started this CDEH thing, and I am now at version 2. and that changes my environment and history, by the way. So the command line history is also swapped if you want. Did printer did it? I don't know. You should have a separate history per project at least, but in many cases, for all kinds of different directories, have your own command history, I think. Otherwise, things get so confusing. And you cannot find anything back, you know. How does, you know, I can just go to, let's say, the type history here, so that it's all related to SecondLife viewers at least, and probably Singularity. And that scrolls completely off. But if, say, I go to, let's make a new tab. If I go to, say, let's use a source, arch, how-tos, yeah, it doesn't have its own. But the history here belongs apparently to a user source arch. It looks completely different. So if I'm in a certain directory working on something, and then later, a month later, I come there again and say, how did I do that? A good example is probably etc. Firewall.d. No, I don't have that. Firewall. Postfix. Yeah. See, these are all commands that I typed while in this directory. They're all related to postfix. Edit this, and then you have to, if you edit this file, you have to run this command. Way easier than a million commands in between from all kinds of projects. You'll never find this back. Okay, I forgot what I was doing. In the meantime, as usual, I had a git k open. Maybe that will refresh my memory. Oh yeah. The question is what to do with this commit. No, it looks like a real fix, so maybe they copied that as well. Dit is in Indra New View LL Panel Network .cpp. What the hell? Indra. Network. On click clear cache. Yep, it is there. This makes me significantly less depressed. So all that work that I have been doing is not for nothing. It's being used by 100,000 people. Now it is in this viewer. Cool. Then we can go to. So far, everything I looked at is already in the viewer. No, wait a minute. That was something that couldn't be. AI HTTP view. They don't even have that, right? Oh, wait a minute. Actually, this was added to Singularity, so that is in Singularity. That is just a pop-up window that shows everything related to the HTTP downloading stuff. So I think that's in there, right? Isn't it? New view. Yeah, AI HTTP view is in there, but it's of course not in FireStorm. Maybe I should have checked FireStorm. I should have checked FireStorm because that's what I want to add everything to. Have I been a complete idiot or not? I have been a complete idiot again, didn't I? Oh shit. Seriously? I looked in the wrong viewer? Of course it is in this viewer. Yeah, what? No. No. Don't tell me. Okay, the depression is full-blown back and even worse now. How can I be that stupid? For fuck's sake. Okay, that's seriously stupid. That's in. Oh. I don't know anymore where I checked it. Not here, because you see, now I look at it, it's not here. Is it? Go to in history. No. Tuurlijk. Okay, this one then. That's also in then. I mean, the point is that this path needs to be there. I think Singularity looked the same. Nope, it's not in there. There is no lifetime manager at all. Guess that's a good thing. Yep, that's not in. Okay, standard condition variable. call wait on it while this is locked. And then it is unlocked. Why? I mean, it must be locked, then it's unlocked while it waits, and then when it gets woken up, it's locked again, and then we leave the scope, and then it's unlocked again. This is wrong. Race conditions. Fuck. Oh my god. Who wrote this? So if you use a condition variable, then you need to, you need to have the log around every variable involved that changes the condition, including, of course, when checking it. So what do they wait on? Well, they wait until notify is called. But notify is called like separately from this class. So you don't even know anymore what the condition variables are then. I mean the actual variables that tell this thing. I know the feeling, Mushroom. I mean, they wrapped a standard condition variable in a way that it just in a way that you cannot even use it correctly anymore. You just can't. It's impossible. This is the most horrible code that, I mean, this is really written by someone who has absolutely no clue about writing thread safe code. Getting pissed off here. And if I see this, I get a headache and I just feel like I have to fix this. But yeah, on the other hand, it's just very unlikely race conditions that maybe once in a million times happen. And then maybe are not even that serious. I mean, not crashing anything or something. Nobody's going to complain about it. And if they do, then it happens so few times if it's, you know, race conditions like that. They'll totally ignore it. But it will go wrong sometimes. Okay, the question now is who is calling signal then? And why? And well, we can't know because it is called from somewhere else. Disconnected from the reason that it is being called. Yeah, absolutely horror. Absolute horror. Let's see if I can quickly see whether it's called. Do it again. I don't have a GS here. What? What? I don't have a GS here. thought that was set in installed viewers. Oh, it is not loaded here. Oh, right, yeah, to separate it. Yeah, okay. Maybe I don't want that then. I mean, I don't want installed viewers. It's just GS. It's not, don't even alias, man. It's a function. Okay, it's complicated, isn't it? No, it's not really complicated. I just have to realize that I can just delete this. Same thing here, just reboot base. As long as it's, yeah, that's good. Functions definitely. Did I now include the... Yep, okay. Retag. This is not even needed. C, X, configure, no way. Seriously? No. Let's keep it at this. Oh shit. It loaded the wrong file. It's hardly ever used penalty, but which one was it then? Or is it mesh repository? Okay, let's ignore it. Damn it. What's that? It is the mesh repository. Oh, this is written by Leroy. That's the idiot. That's blah. So they don't use that. Then this commit is also not necessary. Yeah. Really? Don't have a panel network. Yeah, I remember that bug. My cache was just continuously being reset every time. And nobody had ever noticed it, apparently. It's amazing. And this fixed it. But if the whole panel doesn't even exist, because it has to do with this variable. That exists. That does exist. So this did make it into FireStorm. Though it's not anymore as silly as just that. I don't know. Just always is. I think the problem is still here. Let's say someone asks to clear the cache once while they have this set. So they already were clearing the cache every restart. And apparently they are not aware of that because they ask for clearing the cache again. Just once. I would say this should be a reset. So what this does, so if the on next setup is set to true, then we do reset this if it is set. Mushroom, yeah. Yeah, the wizards of Lindelab. No, it belongs to the LL info, so. I prefer my D-out approach. because that completely disappears from the code. If you don't define the CW debug macro, then nothing is left. While this remains in the code, no matter, even if it would be debug code, and it kind of is, isn't it? But this kind of debug output anyway, you cannot get rid of it. It has to be compiled. I mean, this is still part of the code, and this too, and yeah, everything. Should add this too, I suppose. So this belongs to the next one. Oh, that is so unclear. What? Oh. Ugh, my God, no, why? Yeah, none of this has to do with HTTP pipelining. Although it is on that branch. Definitely starts here with curl. Or probably not even, but I need all that curl stuff. Maybe I put it all together in this one huge commit. That is a really big commit, I think. Why does it look so weird? which doesn't even look like I wrote it. I get a message that it is not working because I don't have a GNOME. I don't have GNOME, but I also don't have KDE anymore, I think. Well, that's something else. Cool. These are patches to an already existing AI curl thread. Ouch. Oh boy. Now I see that I was mistaken. Yep. I missed this line here. Oh my god. So the HTTP pipeline branch is this green line here. That is, this is just a merge, and then the red one yeah, the red one is HTTP pipeline. In other words, here I merged the Singu master into HTTP pipeline, and then this is the whole HTTP pipeline branch, because immediately below it, although it's printed like this, is this, all of which just continues here and is already it's part of Singu compiling. Yeah, I'm afraid we need all of this for the HTTP stuff. And apparently it already existed at that point. Ah. Cool threads. Cool. Let's go with the cool private.h. So most of it seems to be from 2012. Is that the initial one anyway? Or there's a lot more, of course. It's a lot of commits, man. You gotta be fucking kidding me. How can there be so many commits in one file? Ouch. What nonsense. Yep. That's about what he was capable of. So Windows guy. Can I add a file? Nope. think I'm gonna stop. I need to eat and stuff. It's so tiresome. Don't even have LL curl anymore. Or just should have moved my queen here. Defend it temporarily and then move b4. Chase it away again. Let's play this one. Okay, I'm gonna go here, I guess, with my knight. Yeah, that's just a defense, isn't it? I could kick the knight away and then take a free bishop. Why not? Why can I not do that? Oh, that was probably not the best move. Yeah, resign. I can maybe give my bishop back and then... Okay, should have given check with the queen. That was a stronger piece. But... Well, this thing is attacked. So pawn takes, rook takes. That's kind of painful. No, pawn takes, check. Rook takes. He can't take my bishop. Oh, that's great. Actually, yeah. That's it's pinned. I got very lucky there. Very, very lucky. Now the bishop moves, then I can take here. Oh, no, I cannot. My king. Maybe I should just go here again. Hide. Oh, well, this is not bad. He's gonna push. If I take the bishop, push, and then I have to go here and take, and I take with the king, and I get all kinds of checks. It's maybe not very nice. And my queen is attacked. Could put the queen here. He takes here, and might as well take the bishop, I think. Bishop check. No, it's not possible. It's pinned. Lucky again. It's not many attacking pieces, right? So I'm just gonna go here after I check, and then nothing. To give check here. Is that a problem? Yes, it is. It is definitely a problem. Major problems. I almost missed it. Yeah, well,